We're gonna be we're on cruise control. We've been talking a lot about the government shutdown.
You don't want to talk about vaping?
I mean, we can get into that, but vaping is like such a limited audience, and I don't believe that vaping has all the health risks that a lot of people claim they do either. There's a book that came out that a lot of Portland people are on fire about, and there's a lot of controversy, and there's some groups that literally want to have a book burning session.
Yeah.
Because this book suggests that smoking marijuana leads to violence. Isn't that ironic?
How when they're asleep or at a Taco Bell?
Well, I see how, because it makes me angry. It leads me to violence.
You're the only nigga in the entire world who gets angry on weed.
I've talked to half a dozen other people. They're like, that's why I don't
Show me potato salad. That's why we need the research, because I've never in all of my life
I'm
heard
sure
of
rare.
such things.
I'm sure it's rare, but there are people like me that are the same. I could understand a gangbanger in the hood smoking a blunt and doing a drive-by, because that's the kind of thing it makes me want to do. Like, it makes me so fucking angry, I want to go blow up somebody's house.
You are an anomaly, friend.
I've talked to half a dozen other people that I know in my own social circle that are like, yeah, I'm the same way. That's why I don't smoke. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not alone. You are not alone.
So unicorns attract unicorns is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
but
pretty much. And I'll admit that.
I think with anything, like, there's always a percentage.
No, Jenny, it doesn't matter what strain. It doesn't matter if I smoke it. It doesn't matter if I eat it.
Have you tried all those things?
Yes.
Have you done all those experiments?
Yes.
Different types and strains? And
the only thing that I've ever been able to...
Did you inject it between your toes?
No, I haven't injected it between my toes.
Tinctures, maybe?
THC is not heroin.
It could be.
Tincture with a low THC dosage is the only thing that I've ever been able to handle without getting angry. But edibles, I get pissed as fuck. I've tried a sativa brownie. I've tried an indica cookie.
Yeah, no, edibles I don't like either. They get you too high. It's not a good thing.
I've tried taking hits off a blunt of a hybrid, indicas, sativas. I've tried it, dozens of different strains, smoking wise. I can't believe I'm talking about this with my mom and or my dad sitting here, but whatever. Now you know. And no matter what, every single time I got angry, there was even times where I was drunk and somebody would pass me a blunt. And when I'm drunk, I'm a happy drunk, usually.
I always am.
And somebody would pass me a blunt or a joint, and I'm like, hey, I'm drunk, I'm just going to smoke it. And half hour later, I'm trying to fight somebody. It's ridiculous. So,
well, I think, yeah, that's pretty normal when you mix alcohol and marijuana, especially people who don't. They get the spins or they get like all kinds of weird, anomalous effects that you don't normally get. That I could totally believe.
Jenny said, we should study Biggz. No.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Not unless you're paying me. I
want to put this dude in the lab and just start handing him different kinds of weed. All right, go sit in the corner, smoke this.
Do I get paid for it?
And we're going to... I mean, yeah. That's how studies work. It's
if you can find somebody that wants to study why I get angry...
They're about to. I'm pretty sure it's about to be federally, like... tested across,
I'm okay with that. If somebody wants to pay me to figure it out and put me in a padded room so I don't hurt anybody, I'm okay with that.
Well, that would be my recommendation from the start. He says he's very violent on weed, so let's start with a padded room
no, Duane, I don't
and a sativa, and hope that he's not.
I think a
Duane said, I've never heard of anybody getting angry on some weed or edibles. What I have heard of our people calming the hell down. Duane, you know for a fact, because when you hooked Adam up with some cookie and Adam fed me some of that cookie, he told you what happened.
Cookie's different, though. I will say that forever.
Like
it's different the way your body reacts to it.
Duane's been around plenty of people that would say, no, do not give him anything. Do not give this guy THC. He turns into the Incredible fucking Hulk. I try to kill people.
I want to do it like
Duane said, Paul, you need to try DMT,
Here, Popeye.
Bro. Or at least psilocybin. I do not need to try DMT, and I will not eat mushrooms because mushrooms are fucking nasty.
I mean, it's so easy because you don't have to eat them.
Fungus.
They do taste disgusting, so you grind them up into a fine powder, and then you put them in orange juice with pulp, and then you mix it up, and then it fills and tastes.
You've said this like a dozen times.
Well, I'm going to keep saying it, nigga. It's the best way to do it.
I'm not putting mushrooms in my body. Mushrooms are fungus. It's fucking gross. It's mold.
What about acid?
No. Hell no. I'm good.
Why?
Because acid just burns. It's not good for you.
No.
Look, I don't need chemicals in me, dude.
We put chemicals in ourselves every day. Do you know what caffeine is? Do you know what sugar is?
And those are the good
Do you know
chemicals.
salt? Who decides what's good and bad chemicals? You realize the food pyramid, they told us we're all good this whole time, and it's turned upside down?
What food pyramid? There was only 4 groups when I learned about the pyramid.
No. There's always been at least 5.
Yeah.
With
Bro, I'm telling you, when I was in elementary school, there were 4. Okay?
Okay,
That's
what 4 were they were?
That's old. You had the bread group, bread
Big
and
one
grain,
at the bottom.
meat group, dairy group, and fruits and vegetables.
Fruits and vegetables, yeah, dairy, and then you have your sugars and sweets and other
That was not
salts.
part of a food group when I was learning.
Well, it was for us because you still need to get salts and
there was a
minerals
lot of things
and
that were
different
changed and updated. Like Christopher Columbus.
But
was
now
a
we
good guy
know.
when I
But
was
now
in
we know.
elementary
But that's what I'm
school.
saying. Things that we thought were we thought all that stuff, but now it's flipped, turned upside down. We need to have a lot of fats in our diets, much more than we thought before. We need to have good, healthy salts, like sea salts and stuff.
I'm just gonna eat a ton of fat.
So who decides what's the good chemicals and bad chemicals?
I was being sarcastic.
But I'm asking you seriously now. Who decides that? And when do you?
Apparently, doctors and physicians decide that. I could care less.
So when a doctor gives you medicine, you don't take it because you don't know the chemicals?
No, if a doctor prescribes me medicine, yes, I will. But somebody handed me a bag of fucking mushrooms they picked out of a pasture.
So what if a doctor handed you psilocybin? You would take it then because the doctor said so?
Probably.
Lab coat?
If a doctor thought that I really should.
I mean, you see that they're actually prescribing it for therapeutic reasons and stuff now. Before too long, I think they're going to be using that and MDMA.
And I'm not against it. I'm not. You're getting offensive. I'm not against it, bro.
At all.
I'm just saying, for me personally, it's probably a bad idea. If a doctor says, "Look, you probably should try this for this reason," I will trust that doctor because he went through extensive years of research, of education to be able to get that ability to be able to give me that prescription. So I will be okay with that. I would try it. If a doctor said, look, in small, tiny doses, you need some THC in your life, I would trust that.
Yeah.
But Snoop handed me a blunt, I'm not going to say no. I'm just going to walk away after I take a hit because I don't want to have any more in my system because the last thing I want to do is beat up Corrupt.
But that'd be so great. That'd be on TMZ instantly, bro.
Yeah, it would. Actually, it wouldn't because when I almost got into a fight with Ja Rule, there were cameras there and nobody seemed to care.
Nigga, there's no way you're boxing Ja Rule and they're not getting it on camera. Putting on TMZ. There's no fucking way.
He got lippy with me. I got lippy with him. And as soon as we got to a point where we were about to get into it, Bizarre from D12 was like, Big, stop it, Big, stop it. And I turned around and there's huge, I don't even think these men were human. Because they were blacker than black. Like, Duane is white compared to these guys. And these guys were 19 feet tall and about 6 feet wide.
Yes.
And there's 3 of them, and they were standing kind of around Ja Rule, looking at me like, yeah, come any closer and you're dead. So I looked at Bizarre and said, yeah, you're right, I don't need to.
You should have hugged Bizarre and been like, let's go smoke a blunt.
Yeah. I walked away.
Yeah.
So, back to the federal shutdown. We've been talking about the long-term effects of the shutdown. We're about a month into the shutdown, and we can't even call this a long-term effect yet, but the next shutdown victim, school lunches.
God damn. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, well, most people don't because we think that schools aren't
state.
Yeah, schools are state. So one rural school district is already rationing fruits and vegetables. Servings of fruits and vegetables are disappearing from school lunch trays in rural Vance County, North Carolina. The Prairie Hills School District in Kansas is worried about not being able to feed kids at all. On top of that, there are thousands of new kids nationwide eligible for free or low-cost school meals because their parents have been furloughed by the federal government. With the U.S. Department of Agriculture shuttered in the dispute over funding for President Donald Trump's border wall, school districts across the country could be faced with scraping together emergency funds to feed low-income public school children if the shutdown continues another 2 months. Rural districts with smaller budgets and more limited options to scrimp may be hit especially hard, but even New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio warned Thursday of a coming crisis for his city's more than 1 million students. Under federal school meal programs, school districts typically get paid back by the federal government for the meals they pay for up front to give to eligible children. But if the federal funds don't come in, they aren't allowed to pull from just any account to make up for the shortfall. Turning down thermostats, limiting bus runs, dipping into building maintenance accounts, and cutting after-school programming are the types of things schools will likely have to do to find extra funds, experts said. That's $1 million question. Where do you find the money? Said Jason Gromley, director of advocacy with a Share Our Strength nonprofit that leads No Kid Hungry campaign. Cutting out meals is just not an option, said Megan Shaper, the food service director for the State College Area School District in central Pennsylvania. I really cannot imagine schools saying we cannot feed children, Shaper said. For the short term, many districts say a separate but related priority is ensuring that the children of furloughed federal employees are getting fed. Several districts have encouraged them to sign up to receive free or reduced lunches. But districts are looking ahead at larger problems. Schools are always running at least 1 or 2 months behind in requesting money from the federal government, Shaper said. If this goes for more than 2 months, at that point there will be instructors saying they will have to pay bills. Some districts may dip into their general funds or loan money to offset the cost of the meal, Shaper said, though she does not anticipate having to make cuts similar to those in Vance County in preparation. Where we're at today, I don't think that schools are in any trouble to fund their lunch program, Shaper said. Although I can't speak for other districts, we will always feed our students. Nearly 12,000 students enrolled in pre-K through 12th grade in a high-poverty district in Newburgh, New York, rely on free breakfast and lunch served every day in a program that has been supported by the USDA for the past 3 years. Caitlin Lazarski, food service director for the Newburgh and Large City School District, said the district is most concerned about the nutrition aspect of the program and will continue to serve fresh fruits and vegetables. We're not going to be cutting out fresh fruits and vegetables because it might be the only opportunity for our kids to have access to those things, she said. The plan is to find other ways to work around cutting free meals, Lazarski said, by possibly not purchasing other equipment needed in the district. A small fund is also available for a district to dip into with the hope that the money will eventually come in from the government. Anytime there's risk for funding, as a food service director for the schools, of course you're nervous, Lazarski said. We've spent a lot of time thinking through what happens with the shutdown. We've been able to figure out funding that allows us to continue operations as normal for the time being, but I know this uncertainty makes service challenging for schools everywhere. It's a long article, and I'm not going to read the rest, but that's just another piece to this giant puzzle.
Yeah. I really do hope that somebody, I don't really care either side at this point, needs to step up and quit being crybabies, you know? Somebody needs to be the adult here. This fucking sucks.
It's scary.
It really is.
It really is scary.
Send your children out with a bow and start.
I do like the point that D made too, back in chat. Psilocybin mushrooms are way more healthy for you than those rock stars you guys drink every day.
Yeah, I hear it all the fucking time. Big fucking deal.
Have you read any of the research about what those things do to you, your insides and your capillary veins and stuff? There's not, like, those are probably the worst thing for you.
I don't disagree. Yeah. I don't disagree at all. But it doesn't, I'm not going to stop drinking Rockstar to start eating mushrooms.
Oh, I wouldn't do either.
Coming from a guy that can't even drive legally, give me a fucking break.
But you can't drive?
No, I can't.
Oh.
A guy that refuses to fix his car so his tags aren't expired. And then he wonders why he gets pulled over. I don't give a fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to keep drinking Rockstar. Deal with it.
I don't mind. I try to understand the logic in people's behaviors or like ways of thinking, so I can try to perceive. Pretty much, I like other people's ways of thinking or try to understand them to the best of my ability because I feel like it enriches my overall understanding.
I truly believe my biggest issue is I want to be conscious of my environment. Like the very first time I smoked weed, I remember looking at a clock and it looked like the hands were kind of going forward and backward. It didn't seem like it was functioning the way it's supposed to, and that really, really pissed me off.
Yeah, that scares people a lot.
I wasn't scared at all. Like the weird thing, when I'm high, I have no fear. I could jump out of a plane.
Well, anger normally originates from fear. It's like a fear response.
I don't know if I believe that.
I
believe that you've done studies on it.
Yeah, that's the science behind it. Is like it's a trigger to a fear response. That's why you're angry. Like if somebody's approaching you,
my anger
you're scared, and that's why like your anxiety kicks, your fight or flight like kicks, and you decide in that moment. And obviously, you may not like, because people think like if you stand your ground, you're not scared, and that's obviously not true. People are obviously scared. You're in a heightened sense. That's why your adrenaline and everything kicks, and you get into that slow motion,
you may not
environment.
feel scared, but
you are your body is reacting in a way which is it's triggered by fear. It's a fear response is what they call it.
I know if I am high enough, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. Nothing.
Yeah. Well,
like and
like I said, that's completely normal.
Would you eat a cactus?
I'd eat a cactus.
But do you not feel different like when you drink rock stars because of the high levels of caffeine and sugar? Because like I said, those are also drugs.
I feel more alert.
Yeah, and that's what caffeine is supposed to do for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I understand that.
Yeah, but I'm trying to understand, like, so you're okay with the caffeine, but also okay with the negative aspects. Like I said, that it's like essentially like acidic and destroying your insides and
me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, please help me understand that. Help me reconcile that, because you seem so adamant about like your health and your well-being and your alertness. And
bro, look at me. Am I really that adamant about my health?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are not the traditional body types who are very healthy or like worried about their health.
I'm not blaming you getting pulled over in the edibles. What I'm saying is you have no right to fucking tell me what I should and shouldn't do and what's safer or not for me when you can't even get your own life straightened out. So that's all.
We're talking to D or me?
Duane.
Both?
Duane.
Both, nigga.
To each their own. Everybody's got their own vice. Everybody's got their own whatevers. To me, I don't.
Good morning, YouTube, or afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Good news, we're doing a weekly giveaway on our YouTube channel for Amazon gift cards. All you gotta do to enter is like the video, give us a subscribe, and comment below. The more comments you give us on the weekly videos for that week, we go Monday through Sunday, the more chances you have being entered, basically. So I'm going to go through whatever the most creative content is as far as your comments go, and I'll pick a winner, and I'll send you a gift card. It's pretty simple. Free money. Who likes free money? I know I do. Subscribe. Have a good day.